Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, family? Y'all know who it is, man. It's your guy, the one and only, baby. Mr.
The
Solution.
solution.
Oh, come on, camera. There we go. And we live. Chat, are we live? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get it, baby. Welcome in, man. Cut the beat. Yo, 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 yo. Man, I'm glad to be back, man. Sorry for being late. We had a little technical difficulties earlier. I was trying to figure some things out, man. Audio was tripping. Had to test it out, man. But we here, man. We here. God is great, man. Let's give him a round of applause. Yes, sir. Glad to be here. We got a good one for y'all today. Y'all know a few topics we gonna talk about. I'm gonna go ahead and get straight to it. We're gonna definitely talk about the viral punching incident with Jacksonville officers caught on camera punching this dude multiple times. And we gonna see, was it justified, was it excessive force? We gonna talk about that for sure. Definitely gotta bring y'all up to date with the diesel prices since I haven't been with y'all for about what, maybe a week or two. We didn't do a live stream last week. We didn't do a live stream the week before, I don't think either. So definitely got to get y'all up to date with the diesel prices. We gonna check on the weather around the country. Few of the major cities, y'all know it's been hot as heck out here, man. It's been ridiculous out here. We gonna definitely talk about that. I gotta get y'all up to date with the stock market, bro. The stock market been on a tear, man. If you ain't in the market, I'm definitely sorry for you. We also gonna talk about Texas banning paper tags on y'all vehicles. Y'all know the when y'all get a new vehicle, you get the paper license plate. They're gonna be banning that. We gonna talk about that. We also gonna talk about Obama, man. So disappointing. So disappointing, man. Gonna talk about Obama. This fool. Definitely got to talk about him. We also gonna bring up the OpenAI CEO, Sam Altman. He reveals his three biggest fears of AI. Gotta tell y'all about that. Also, I want to tell y'all about the Walmart mass stabbing. About the 11 people got stabbed at Walmart. Gotta talk about that, man. That was crazy. Also, I want to tell y'all about this 12-year-old that got sentenced to, you wouldn't even believe, bro. 12-year-old. Gonna talk about that. A few stories that I wanted to talk about, but I didn't put it on the itinerary just because they fresh and I want to make sure I got you know what I'm saying, I got the up to date information. I don't want to give y'all no wrong information. I know they had the incident with the guy in New York. Y'all know about that. He killed I think 4 people and then himself, or it was 5 people and then himself. Oh man, my camera tripping. All right, there we go. I think he killed about 5 people and then himself. And one of them was a police officer. So I just want to get all those stories together. That's updating every hour on the hour is changing. That happened. Something else happened. Cincinnati. Was it Yeah, Cincinnati, Ohio. They had this little incident with it was like a mob of black people that mollywopped some lady and slept a couple men. So we gonna talk about that, but that ain't on the itinerary for the day. But if I got time, I will be talking about that and sharing my thoughts on that, man. So without further ado, bro, I hope I don't have this issue with my camera the whole time, man. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so I don't know why I keep doing that. All right. So Since y'all in there, welcome in, welcome in. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm. Definitely smash that like button. Comment, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be reading y'all comments while we going live. Share the video with whoever you like to you want to share my content with. We definitely gonna be here. Without further ado, man, let's get straight into it, baby. Let's go ahead and check on the weather around the country. And let's see what it's looking like. Let's see how hot it's gonna be. Look, I'm already seeing Texas 100 degrees. Crazy. So let's see what it's looking like. Hold on. All right. So right now I see Atlanta, y'all at 98 degrees. Austin at 99 degrees. Brooklyn is at 90 degrees. Chicago at 89, which ain't bad. Columbus, I believe Ohio, y'all at 89 degrees as well. Dallas at 99 degrees. Psh, Honolulu, what's up? What's up? That's Hawaii. They at 85 degrees. Houston, where I'm at, 98 degrees. Definitely hot out here, y'all. And then out here in Texas, you get, you know what I'm saying, you get the hot weather with the humidity and all this and all that, man. It be extra out here. So got that going on. Let's see, man. Let me see if I can change that. I might gotta rock this for a little bit. Let me see. If my camera keep tripping, man, I'm gonna just switch it, bro, because I don't know why. Matter of fact, let me see if I can plug it up. See if that'll work. See if that'll help it out. So Indianapolis 95, Los Angeles 78. Bruh, Los Angeles, y'all got some good weather over there. I ain't lying. California, y'all doing y'all thing. Manhattan, 94 degrees. That's what a dude did the shooting in New York. New York at 94 degrees. Philadelphia, y'all at 97. Phoenix, what? Phoenix is a 109. Bro, who in Phoenix that's on this live right now? Are y'all okay? Cause Phoenix is 109. Like, sheesh. I don't know how y'all making it out there, bro. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. Phoenix, man, golly. Queens, y'all at 90 degrees. San Antonio at 100 degrees. San Diego, 72 degrees. San Jose, 79 degrees. Y'all is living lovely out there. The Bronx, 95 degrees. And Washington, 95 degrees, man. Y'all pray for Phoenix, bro. Golly. I ain't know it got that hot out there, man. And they say it get hotter than that. So, y'all pray for them people over there. All right, man. That's the weather in the country, in most of the major cities. That is what y'all looking like. That is the weather out there. Let's go ahead and check the diesel prices in the country, man. Diesel prices, y'all looking like, let's see. Let me see if I can expand. Oh no, I can see it. So as of 7/28, I see US average $3.80. The East Coast, y'all, $3.81. The New England area, y'all, $3.97. The Central Atlantic, y'all, $3.94. The Lower Atlantic, y'all, $3.74. Midwest, y'all looking at $3.79. Gulf Coast, y'all are $3.45. That's where I'm at. Rocky Mount, y'all $3.78. West Coast, y'all $4.54. And California overall, $4.95. Y'all 5 cents away from a $5, man. Y'all 5 cents away. I don't know if that's good or not, but hey, y'all gotta take the good with the bad, I guess, cause it look like y'all don't have no bad weather in California, man. So y'all doing good. Um, let me check something right quick. Let's do this. Let's do this. Go here. Just make sure we doing good on the stream. Uh, let's see. Okay, here we go. All right. So that is your diesel prices. Now let's get into the money, man. Let's get into what's important. And matter of fact, let me go ahead and do this because I do want to talk about what I did in the market today as well. And we definitely gonna talk about it. So let me go. All right. So let me update this right quick. Your Dow Jones was down negative 0.46%. S&P was down negative 0.30%, and the Nasdaq was down negative 0.38%, which is not bad at all. The Russell was down negative 0.61%, and the VIX was up 6.32%. Jeez, the VIX was up kind of heavy today, man. They had a few companies reporting today, the earnings calendar. Tomorrow we got Robinhood reporting. We got Meta reporting tomorrow. We got Microsoft reporting tomorrow. And Thursday we got Coinbase reporting. We got Apple reporting, and we got Amazon reporting tomorrow. I mean Thursday. So this week is gonna be real big. If you're in the market, we got a lot of big companies reporting. So definitely look out for that. If y'all in the market, I suggest y'all be in the market. I mean, I don't know why you ain't in the market. At least, I mean, if you investing in the 401k, you in the market already all together. So it's unavoidable, man. I suggest everybody definitely be in the market. Definitely, you got to invest your money. And as of right now, let's see what we did for the year, man. And mind y'all, this is not and I'm not no big I ain't got a lot of money, y'all. So just me being a truck driver, and I'm not gonna say fairly new. And what's going on with this camera, bro? I don't know why I keep doing it. Come on, man. There we go. So by me being fairly new as far as like being consistent. So last year and the year before last, really last year was when I was really like consistently in the market, not taking no money out, just constantly reinvesting. And last year I made about $3,000 altogether throughout the whole year from my investments. I made about $3,000. I'm talking like realized gains. I'm making that for sure. And this year, currently, we are already at year to date realized gains $6,000.46. I mean $6,046.85. We made in the market already. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely getting it. We definitely getting it. And like I say, I ain't no pro. And let me switch this camera because this camera be tripping. So it's a little lower quality, but we gonna have to make it do what it do. I ain't no pro or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But I make it do what it do, you know? So yeah, rock with your boy, man. In the market for sure. Another thing I want to talk about in the market, which we don't see it on here. Oh, crypto. There we go. Crypto. This is another thing I feel like everybody need to be invested in. Bitcoin hit its all-time high, which was like 121,000 or 120 something thousand. It hit its all-time high. Ethereum was almost at its all-time high. I know Solana was almost at its all-time high. XRP, I think, hit its all-time high. So, and not only is stocks are taking off, crypto is soaring like a rocket, bro. So, man, I'm telling y'all, do not miss out on this money, y'all. Listen, put your money to work. I got a motto. My money is slaves. I ain't gonna lie. Once I get paid, I'm putting majority of that in the market, and it don't even have to be in the market. If you not investing, I think the least you should be doing is putting your money in a high yield savings account. Either you need to find, either you need to be invested in, and I'm not no advisor, nothing like that. But either you need to be in the market, like doing your portfolio, managing your portfolio yourself. You need to be invested into the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, or you need to be getting ETFs or whatever like that, getting dividend companies that you can get a dividend payment every month or every 3 months, every quarter or whatever. You need to do that, or you need to at least have your money in a high yield savings account. That's the least you should do. If you got your money in your checkings account at your bank, you are 100% losing in this game, bro. I promise you. I promise you, you losing in this game, and your money is sleeping on you. My money is a slave. The moment it hit my account, I'm putting it to work, and it ain't getting off of work until I tell it get off of work. That's how you gotta treat your money, man. T Hill, man, salute to you, big dog. I see you, man. I see you. I definitely want to know your thoughts on a couple of these topics that I'm gonna be going on. I'm gonna see where your head at on this. Let's get into our first topic of the day, man. Our first topic of the day is the new law that they passed in Texas. So they, like I was telling y'all, they passed a new law about the whole paper tags and stuff like that. You're not gonna be able to just get the paper tag or whatever. You gotta get a hard plate or something like that. We're gonna see. Let's see what they talking about. Let's see what they talking about. So let's get straight
Well, if
into
you
it.
got one of these, a paper license plate, you can tear that thing right on up, because starting tomorrow, most of those temporary tags will be illegal here in Texas. The I-Team has been tracking this issue for many years. Brian New is live with us tonight. And Brian, this new law means there's going to be some big changes that we see on the roads.
Yeah, Nicole, tomorrow Texas will stop issuing those paper tags. From now on, it will be all metal. Trade in your car, your plate will go with you, or you'll be given a temporary metal tag. Now, police chiefs here in North Texas say they are optimistic that this will make everyone safer.
Hello.
We're on patrol with Grand Prairie Police, where a fake tag is often hiding something worse.
The reason I'm stopping you is the license plates on your car is not real. What's going on with it?
Officer Thomas Berrettini is with the Vehicle Crimes Unit.
You knew that the license plate's not real and you put it onto your vehicle?
Damn.
You understand that's a crime, right?
He's seen this
Hey.
over and over.
Let me tell y'all a little story, man, before we get into it. I kind of resonate with this, bro. Cause back in my dusty days, not gonna lie, I remember I bought a Nissan Xterra. I forgot what year it was. It was like 2000 and probably 2002, 3. It was the low 2000. So I bought this Nissan Xterra and I had a paper tag on it. But when you buy a new car, you're supposed to get the registration and some more stuff with it. So I was in New Orleans at the time. I never went back to actually make that extra payment because I think I paid like $4,500. That was my whole tax check. I spent all of it on a car. It turned out to be a lemon, but that's not the story. So I bought this car and I had the paper tag on for like months, bro. Like no lie. Every time it expired, I found some kind of person that did it. They had the blank paper tag, so I could just go get one from them. And it got to the point where I couldn't get no more. So when I got my last one, I was making sure that I made the expiration dates numbers that I can change them to. You know what I'm saying? So let's say I get it on. Let's just take July. So July, it's 7, then whatever date or whatever date. So I will make the 7 to where I can change it to maybe a 9, like so I could turn the 7 to a 9. So now boom, it expire in September. Now I could change that 9 to a 8, and now I could make it expire in August? August, yeah, August of next year, something like that. So I was finessing, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. And I did it for a few months until it ended up it ended up going bad on me. It ended up being a lemon, smoking and almost catching on fire, bro. So uh, I was down bad, bro. I was down bad, man. I was dusty. I was doing what I had to do, dog. Hey, I ain't always been this guy, man. I've transformed, and you know what I'm saying, I've evolved into this person. So I know the dusty days, man. I definitely know.
Over a fake tag slapped on a car to hide what's really missing. No registration and no insurance.
The plate itself, the number comes back to a real car, comes back to a Honda. It just doesn't belong on
That
here.
was
So
That's where it would have said. Right there is where it would have
Loud,
said
baby.
Honda.
exactly.
But
We
that was
loud,
that's
baby.
deliberate.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And look,
Look at
she
that.
got her real
And they
license
got
plate
a whole
underneath.
plate.
For years, Texas let car dealers print temporary tags, but criminals turned that into a loophole. Copy, paste, print, and just like that, a ghost car.
This is devastating.
And dog,
It's
Texas don't play.
In 2023, Grand
Texas
Prairie's
do
police
not
chief fought
play.
to change the law after one of his officers was killed chasing a car with a fake paper tag.
Fraudulent paper tags are the criminal instrument of choice for drug traffickers, human smugglers, auto theft rings, street gangs.
That year, lawmakers passed House Bill 718 banning paper tags for good. But the law was put on hold until now to give the DMV time to build a new system, one that ties every plate to a name and address.
Having that information in advance, are they a documented gang member, let's say, or do they have a violent history? Have they tried to kill a police officer before? Wouldn't you think that'd be helpful for an officer to know before they went up to that window?
Monday was the last day most paper tags can legally be printed. They'll expire in 60 days. So by September 1st, all of them should be gone.
Are you concerned that criminals are just going to find another way?
So they said by September 1st. So right now, I do see on the road, I see a lot of paper tags still out there, but they say y'all have until September 1st. After September 1st, man, they gonna be cracking down. Don't be coming from out of town with the paper tags on the morning, y'all. Listen, Texas ain't playing. If you ain't got your stuff straight, if you end up, you know what I'm saying, getting it in, smoking and driving and drinking and driving, and you got your your paper tags on, don't come to Texas, dog. I'm telling you right now. I'm warning you.
Here's what I say to critics that mention that criminals are just going to make fake metal tags. Okay, they might, but you can't email a metal tag, can't create it on your home printer.
Officer Berrettini says he's already
true,
seen
that's true.
fewer
By-
fake tags,
by
and
his
that's
grace
before the new law
dispatching.
even takes effect.
That is true.
But then
So I actually have one behind me right now that I'm watching.
we saw it for ourselves. A driver still finding a way to use a license plate to hide.
Directly behind me, he's got no front license plate, and then he's got no registration sticker.
In Texas,
He
the
doesn't
worst.
want you to see what's on
You
the
gotta
back
have
of
a
his
front
car.
license plate and a
When
back
Officer
license plate.
Berrettini finally
'Cause
got
they
him,
wanna be able to
it
run your
wasn't a
car.
paper tag this time.
If they like
he was
doing,
metal,
he in
but
front
it
of
didn't
the
match
car,
the car.
but he's still looking at
So
the
we have
man
something
behind.
different. Maybe a stolen vehicle. The vehicle was able to get into
Berrettini called for backup. Without a valid plate, he says he had nothing. No name, no history, just a stranger behind the wheel, and no idea what he might do next.
Shut the vehicle off. Shut it off. Hands up. Shut the vehicle off. Hands up now.
Jeez.
Hands up now.
So it turns out that that plate belonged to the driver's other vehicle. It appears that he had swapped those plates out to cover up the fact that he didn't have insurance or registration on the vehicle. The Grand Prairie Police Department did impound that vehicle. Nicole, the police chief said that yes, criminals are going to find other ways, whether it's swapping plates or a fake metal plate or fake out-of-state paper tags. But he says with the Texas paper tag system going away, he says he believes it's going to be a lot harder.
Yes, criminals will always find a way That's the way the game is, bro. They gonna set a rule, and criminals gonna find a way to get around that rule. They gonna be successful sometimes. They gonna be unsuccessful at other times. They gonna find some criminals, and they gonna find some people that's just really trying to, you know what I'm saying? They at hard times like I was. I wasn't really no criminal. I just I just ain't had the money to get the car registered and all that. I just was trying to get back and forth to work. I wasn't doing nothing illegal besides driving, without a registered vehicle or whatever like that. But I was just doing what I had to do, man. Um, it is what it is, and we gonna keep it moving, man. So that's what they doing in Texas. Do not come out here with them paper tags past September 1st. They gonna be on you. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna be a free lick. Don't do it. So our next subject, we gonna go ahead and move into this dude, Obama, y'all. Now, before we get into it, man, Obama,
Right.
I actually was rocking with Obama. And, shout out to Anton. I rock with Anton. I got this video from him, so shout out to Anton Daniels. But Obama, so he was our president in 2008. From 2008 to 2016, he got elected twice, right? He said, y'all, he was a criminal. Hey, nah, bro, nah. Anyway, Obama, we live. Stop playing. So, dog, I really when he was, you know what I'm saying, on his whole campaign trail and stuff like that. I was in school. I think I was probably in the 9th or 10th grade. I don't remember which grade, but I was in high school. I know that for sure. So I couldn't even vote. But I do remember, like, I would have voted for him if I was able to vote, because I'm like, man, this gonna be the first black president. We gotta at least get him in there, dog. I don't care what he talking about. And he was actually a smooth talker. He was good, quick on his feet. He was like, if we was to have a first black person as president, this would be the guy. Like, he checked all the boxes. So he was perfect for the office. And I thought he was the one. I really thought he was the one until I really found out. And plus, I wasn't into politics like that at the time. I wasn't worrying about what was going on in the office and stuff. But what I started to realize is all the things that he was signing on and passing, and the laws that he was passing. I think under Obama, we got gay marriage legalized. A few more homosexual things got passed. So I didn't know these things until after he got out of office. And I'm like, dang, like, the world, if you really pay attention, bro, from the time like that Bush got out of office to Obama and then to Trump, if that gap from like '05 to like 2016, that 10-year gap, bro, it was like you ain't see no gay people. I ain't gonna say you ain't see no gay people, but it wasn't like as prevalent around the 2005, 2006, 7 era. But when you get to 2015, 2016, it's like you got gay kids in school, openly gay, and you got transgenders coming out. You got this and that. People, like, I'm like, and you don't realize that this is the dude that kind of spearheaded everything. If you really look back at the stuff, Obama really spearheaded everything. In this video, it don't prove my point, but it shows you where his head was always at. And let's see.
And that's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy.
One dad.
One dad. No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be
like,
everything.
he can't be everything. And then that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant.
So a straight dude can't call you out when you were saying stuff that's ignorant? I'm trying to understand why you need a gay professor to tell you when you ignorant or something. Like you telling me that straight men don't got a sense of when you ignorant, and I don't understand why it's necessary for you to have a gay male perspective on whatever the subject is. What's the for what? I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. You could go to a female for all that. It's basically you getting the same thing a female would tell you. I don't know, man. I don't know. This dude.
You need that
You
to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have
Now I gotta be
a
friends with
boy
him.
who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
You know, honestly, I'm so disappointed in a Barack Obama. It is
Yes.
one of the most disappointing things ever because he had so much potential and he had so much opportunity to make a huge impact culturally. Forget politically,
He did.
forget policy, because we all, well, maybe we all don't know. Some of you guys actually lived through his presidency, which I don't even look at him as a horrible president. I look at George Bush II as a conservative, as a Republican. I look at George Bush II as the worst president in my lifetime so far. We have yet to see what the fallout is from Biden. But the reality is that he had an opportunity to be a transformational person in a positive way from a cultural perspective outside of politics. And what I mean by that, he could have used his influence to push traditional values, to highlight the importance of how we need to get back and reset, to some of the core values that, would allow for us to have stronger families. But he led into this conversation by starting off talking about how boys need multiple male figures in their life in order for them to have a well-rounded perspective of what masculinity is supposed to be, which I agree with.
But he didn't say that. He didn't say what masculinity is supposed to be. He didn't say it, but he was basically implying that he wants you to get a gay man's perspective on how gay men or people are. That's what he wasn't talking nothing about masculinity. The topic wasn't nothing about masculinity, and I agree with you. He should have been pushing what's wrong with the normal values in the normal family, the normal man and woman, children, the normal household. What they're trying to do is they're trying to normalize what is not normal, what is not nature, what is not natural. And this is what they fight for. This is the type of stuff they fight for. They fight for degeneracy. They fight for this homosexuality lifestyle. And just think, bro, if everybody was homosexual, the world would end pretty soon. You wouldn't have no kids being born. You wouldn't have no life would end in a couple generations. Like it just it don't even make sense. It's obvious that it's not natural, bro. You can just look at nature and see that. It's it's always a male and female. That's just the way it is. That's how life circulates, bro. It's Mother Earth for the time. Yeah, like all this is male and female.
Prefaced it in order to lead right back into this bullshit that he been pushing, which is the thing that I believe tainted his legacy and why guys and why black people have started to divest themselves against Obama and people that voted for him in general, regardless of who you are, because his goal is to continue to push this alphabet community agenda that is not best for the culture. It is not. Under no circumstance, I don't care who you are, where you from, how you see things, is no way that you're going to sit here and tell me that it makes sense for us to embrace having people in your friend group where you specifically target, hey, this guy is a gay professor. I need this guy in my friend group just in case I have a gay son that he can identify with this guy and
Yeah.
make decisions throughout his life using him as a guide. What the fuck is we talking about? Like,
Real
I don't
talk.
care how pointed he talks, because see, the difference between Trump and Obama a lot of times is people try to point out that
This damn
Obama is
camera,
careful
bro.
with his words and he talks very intelligently. Hey Michelle, and they do that shit. And Trump is very matter of fact and straightforward, which is what we
And
should
that's
be
why we
looking
rock
for
with Trump.
in males, because masculinity is not toxic. You shouldn't have to be careful with your words. You should say exactly what you mean and mean what you say. But more importantly, am I more impressed with the intelligent, careful way that he speaks, or am I more impressed with the idea that we stand on principles that ultimately will benefit us as a family? And people have been finessed by the Obama administration, myself included, when I originally voted for Obama back in 2008 when I was a part of the Democrat plantation. Because, I mean, to a lot of people's credit, nobody knew that he was going to go on. His legacy as he was leaving office was to push a gay agenda, right? To
Right.
try to highlight how people are supposed to embrace this alternative lifestyle. And it's not good. It's not best for us. And I don't care how they try to frame it and cloak it. And I don't know what his goal is to continue to push this bullshit, because this wasn't even a part of the questions. This wasn't even a part of what they were talking about. I did go back and I watched this whole thing and I said, you know what? This is something that I have to react to, because Carrie on After Hours actually pointed this out, that this was something that we needed to talk about. I did go back and I looked at what it was that he said, and it's not.
T Hill, I do agree with equal rights for all. What I don't agree with is you pushing this agenda on me and my kids. You can be gay. I don't care if you're gay. You can be whatever you want to be. That's cool. But when you start to tell me that my son needs to have a gay teacher and my daughter needs to have a gay teacher in order to get a perspective, it's like now you forcing me into a lane that I'm not comfortable being in. And you don't see nobody pushing the straight agenda. We don't gotta push that, right? Why do we have to push this gay agenda? Just let them be what they want to be, and y'all do what y'all want to do, and keep that lifestyle over there. And we gonna be straight. That's cool. You do what you want to do. I ain't gonna stop you. Don't stop me. That's all I'm saying.
Not right. It's horrible. It's not right. And I don't know what his problem is trying to push this agenda, but it's bullshit. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
Right. So that, I think, is creating that community. I know it's corny, but that's what they need.
And we talk a lot about what
No,
we
they don't.
had with our mother and father, right? And a lot of times but we really did have a big community of people in our lives.
Right.
I mean, that we don't talk a lot about that on this show. We allude to it, but Craig and I, we grew up in a huge community of extended aunts and uncles and cousins and all types of male role models, which helped in broadening out and filling in where our mother and father were limited.
So for Emma, I'm picking up a couple of things. Community, big,
huge,
not just
a single mom,
mom
and dad.
or mom and dad, but a broad community. And I can appreciate you using our family as an example, but uncles, but not necessarily blood
It doesn't
uncles,
have to be blood.
but men who can who can give a kid or kids some contextualization of who their parents are.
Right. And
That's-
also,
And what it
and
means.
can model.
Yeah.
There are a lot of ways to be a responsible, respected, strong man. And you don't have to be rich, and you don't have to be a professional athlete.
And you don't have to go find it on the internet
that's what you
among
wanna say.
a group of unclear influences, and this
What she want to say is that you shouldn't take advice from people like us on the internet that actually have traditional family values that stand for what masculinity means. And so this version of the Obamas, where they're very careful with their words instead of speaking matter of fact like they did on the campaign trail when they got all of that backlash, this is what you're seeing right now.
This is a thing that parents, Emma has to understand if they're
And just for context, Emma is supposedly a caller that asked the question, how could she raise her boys
I'm about
in
to
a
say,
social media era where
who
they're
is
being
Emma?
influenced by people that talk
I
more
sure was
like about
thinking that.
masculinity, where she wanted a balance where they basically feminize their sons.
Her sons aren't getting it.
They'll look for it
They are going
someplace
to
else.
look for it because this is because boys need this.
Right.
So they need it. So okay, they need this. So where is the daddy? And why she can't go to the daddy? And why do they have to go to a gay man to get this information from? I'm not understanding. I don't understand that, bro. It don't make sense. And I have gay people in my family. I had this one uncle, he was gay, and he passed away a few years back. But when he came around, he was cool. And one thing he did do, he kept his boyfriends away from wherever I guess the kids was, because I never seen him with no another man unless I didn't pay attention. And he never mentioned nothing about no gay. Like, I didn't know he was gay. I only knew he was gay just by the way he was acting. But it was not advertised that he was a gay man. He was just a normal dude, and he wasn't pushing nothing on the kids or none of that. He was just being normal. He was saying hey, saying, you know what I'm saying, giving you hugs and stuff like that, and just regular love. It wasn't no what you thinking about gay, like, we wasn't talking about none of that, bro. I wasn't even thinking about gay people at that age and how I was coming up, man. So having a gay mentor and gay professors and gay perspectives, I don't see why that's necessary. So we just gonna move it on from there. That's my thoughts on that, man. Obama, you dropped the ball, big dog, and we'll see you, man. Just stay out the limelight, bro. Just keep doing your thing, and I appreciate your time in office. Adios, amigos. So this next subject is kind of touchy. Uh, Definitely want to talk about this. I think I want to go ahead. Matter of fact, let's just get straight into the Jacksonville, and we gonna go into the 12-year-old after that. But let's get into this Jacksonville stuff, and I got a story
Out of
I
the
want to
traffic
talk
stop
about.
that's gone viral and why.
I got a story I want to talk about regarding this as well. Let's get into it, man. Is this the one I want to do first? Okay, yeah. This the one.
Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says it's opened an investigation. The video shows deputies beating and punching William McNeil.
And I want y'all to tell me who y'all feel was wrong and stuff like that, man. Let me know in the comments who y'all feel was wrong. Was the police wrong? Was the dude wrong? Were they both wrong? Like, what's y'all thoughts on that, man?
Jr., who says it happened back in February, but he's releasing the video now. Here's a portion of it.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all, and then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up? Huh? Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor? Huh? Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Oh.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
Jeez.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason?
Step out now.
All right. No.
Oh. So they punched him again.
Well, we don't know what happened.
Oh, did y'all see that? Let me see. Go back a little bit. Try and catch it. So they punched him, and he was in the car. Trying to put him on the ground. Punch right here. Ooh. I tried to pause it, but I couldn't.
Well, we don't know what happened before the camera started recording, but civil rights attorneys Harry Daniels and Ben Crump are now representing McNeil. In a statement, they said it should be obvious to anyone watching this video that William McNeil wasn't a threat to anyone. He was calmly exercising his constitutional rights, and they beat him for it. Rena Roy joins us now. She's covering the story for us and the release of this video. All right, sort of take us through, Rena, what we just saw.
Yeah, well, Kira, the video is difficult to watch, and it seems to pick up shortly after William McNeil Jr. was pulled over by cops. Now, remember, this was back in February, and at first you hear him asking why he was pulled over, and they say he didn't have his headlights on, and he says there's no rain. A sheriff's deputy responds, it doesn't matter. That's when McNeil is asked to show his hands, which he does. He's also asked to get out of the car, so he asks to speak with his supervisor. That sheriff's deputy then breaks his window. You actually see the glass shatter onto McNeil, then the sheriff's deputy punches him. He's pulled out of the car, pushed to the ground, and we see multiple officers beating him as he's placed under arrest, Kira.
Have we heard from McNeil, Rena? Was he charged with anything?
Well, court records, Kira, show that McNeil is facing a slew of charges, and I'll just read through them here. The first is resisting arrest without violence to his or her person. He's also charged with possessing not more than 20 grams of marijuana, driving while his license was suspended, not wearing a seatbelt, and no headlights in the rain. And he was sentenced to...
Let me tell you something, bro. See, this dude right here was ready, bro. He was aggravated from the jump. He wanted to get his rocks off from the jump. He was ready, bro. I'm telling you. He was tweaking. Just look how he tweaking to just hit this dude. You could see it in him.
And served 2 days in jail.
He's just waiting for him to give him the word.
We haven't
Give
heard
me the
from
word so I can
McNeil
break his glass.
himself, but his attorneys are saying that they are disgusted, but that they're not surprised. They argue that McNeil was calmly exercising his...
Let me show y'all. Let me let y'all see this. Just watch. I want y'all to watch him and how he is tweaking.
Beating him as he's placed under arrest, Kira.
Boom. He ready.
Have we heard from McNeil, Rena? Was he charged with anything?
Well, court records, Kira, show that McNeil is facing a slew of charges, and I'll just read through them here. The first is resisting arrest without violence to his or her person. He's also charged with possessing not more than 20 grams of marijuana, driving while his license was suspended, not wearing a seatbelt, and no headlights in the rain. And he was sentenced to and served 2 days.
Right, so that's the guy, William McNeil. That's his phone, his personal recording. That's that right there. Let's check out the police body cam, because this is where we're gonna get a kind of a different story. So let's check that out. Yeah, I agree. By His Grace Dispatcher, I definitely agree. So right now the audio is not on. I think the audio come on when he get out the car. And he turned his audio on, so yeah, he just switched his audio.
Yeah, Florida 24 Bravo Echo Charlie Whiskey on a silver Kia. I know how this.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Let me tell y'all something, bro. As a black dude, you do not want to just pop that door open, dog. Like, just for your safety. Bro, don't do that. That scares the heck out of the police. And you would, bro. Don't make no sudden moves with these dudes, man. They already on edge. You already a black dude. You already got dreads. They don't know who you is. You gotta understand especially where you at. You in Jacksonville, Florida. They encounter people on a daily basis that has them on edge. So you just gotta be the calm person. You gotta keep both of your hands on the steering wheel at all times, bro. Do not do no sudden movements, man. You don't want no issues with these people, because they is tweaking, I'm telling you.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights, and it's not weather.
And he said inclement weather. I wanted to look this up. So inclement weather is, because I'm like inclement weather, because at first I'm looking at the weather, and it looked like it's broad daylight. It don't look like nothing wrong. So the definition of inclement weather is It refers to severe or unfavorable weather conditions that can disrupt daily life and pose safety risk. Um, Conditions as a well, boom, boom, boom. Here's an overview. Blah blah blah. Okay, so that's basically what inclement weather. Let me see if I get a definition because that wasn't clear. I need a definition. Definition. All right. It's severe or harsh weather conditions that can disrupt daily activities, particularly outdoor ones. From this video, I don't see no inclement weather that he talking about. Honestly, like I don't understand that, bro. So that would have caught me off guard. I would have been like, okay, he trying to pick with me. Let me just go ahead and chill, man. He trying to pick with me, and that's true. Like these, one thing about what I've learned, my tax dollars pays for the police salary, so I know that, right? What you don't want to do is go back and forth with these people and let's just watch the video because I'm gonna explain a little more what I'm talking about. He's right now. He's right now. He's not wrong. He explained why he opened the door. His window is broke, so he can't roll the window down. So he is right so far. He can ask why he's being pulled over. He has those rights. That's true.
It's not raining. Oh, this is inclement. It's not raining. Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
77, 35. I'm properly driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle.
I gotta be honest, bro. That's what he was wrong at. He shouldn't have shut that door and did all that extra stuff, bro. Bro, you can't do that. You can't do that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. What he say? If you want to see a better breakdown, pull up the video from the lead. Replying to Officer Tatum, he breaks down the law. Yeah, nah, that I did see that video. I may pull that up. Because I do want a lawyer's perspective.
Just slammed the door and locked it.
At this point, like honestly, you got to think about your safety, dog. He could eat. I know some dirty police. He could have done some things. And he could have planted some things on you. This dude already had, if you look further into the stuff, this dude already had a knife on the floorboard. The police could easily say, like, you can't really see in the dash cam. He could easily shoot this dude and say he was reaching for the knife. Like it's things that the dude could have did that could have got him executed, bro. And I think he could have avoided this whole mess if he would have just gave his license, registration, and insurance, bro. All this would have been, it wouldn't even been this big of a deal, dog. Like, for real. Come on, man. Put up the leads breakdown on it.
25 seconds. If anybody responded, come in from Commonwealth, block the vehicle, please.
I'm coming west on Commonwealth. I'll be there in a sec.
Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. My camera's on too. I've already told you. Okay. Okay. Right now you're under arrest for resisting. You understand? You're under arrest for resisting. The longer you take us on, the worse it's going to be. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. Okay. Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window.
Now he done warned him many a times. He about to warn him again.
Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Show me your hands.
He said, call your supervisor. Now see, this is where they were wrong at. Because despite all that, he wasn't no threat, technically.
Hey, I'm about to break the window.
Look, he tweaking. I told y'all he was tweaking. He said, I'm about to break the window. Look, you can keep talking to him. I'm about to break the window, dog. Straight up.
I'm about to break the window.
All right, go for it. And this the dude I was pointing out on the video.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle.
Point him right there.
Show me your hands. Here.
1033 at 1521 hours.
He's still trying to talk. It's over with.
No.
He said no. Now this is what they was doing the whole.
Put your hands behind your back. Resist. Hands behind your back. What's wrong with you?
What you mean? I was putting my hands behind my back. I was on wrong.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
Fucking 2%, bro. I'm doing, bro. What's going on, man?
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No, bro. Yes, bro. Yes. Lawful reason, bro.
And this is what I'm talking about, bro. You can be not scared all you want. You can have all these laws in your. I'm quoting this law, quoting that law, bro. At the end of the day, these people are in control. You not gonna win on the street. This day streets. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it ain't gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. You gotta be ready to die about it. You better be ready to die about it. I'm telling you right now, cause your battle is not on the street with these people. Your battle is in the courtroom with these people, bro. That's where you fight these people at, in the courtroom. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little story, man. I used to work, and then I'm gonna get the Lee's perspective. I'm gonna try and make this short. But I used to work, weren't caught on the, yeah, I did notice that. You can't see it on the bot, but that's why I'm glad dude was recording. Because he got that footage, so they can't say they didn't do it. He got that footage. And you can see they was punching him while he was on the ground. It was punching him multiple times. Well, I think it was on another body cam. Yeah, it was on another body cam. But anyway, I used to work at this restaurant right in Metairie. And I had to catch the bus from the east. If you know about New Orleans, you know what I'm talking about. So I had to catch like 2 buses to get to work. So at this time, I was like a freestyler, y'all. I used to be freestyling, rapping and stuff like that. I used to have my iPhone, put my headphones on, and I play the beat and I record my raps. So the recording that I can do, like you can hear the beat while I'm rapping. So I was doing that. He said, did they read him his rights? Listen, he gonna win the lawsuit. That's cool. He still got a chip tooth. He still went out bad. He still got punched multiple times. I mean, he gonna get some millions probably. He gonna get some millions probably. Was it worth it? I'll get beat up for some millions. So yeah, it was worth it in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? So, but did he read him his rights? Don't matter, dog. It matters when it comes to the lawsuit and stuff like that. But anyway, back to the story. So I was freestyling, right? I gets off the bus. I'm freestyling, I'm rapping, I'm recording my raps and stuff like that. So I'm going crazy. And when at the bus stop, I gotta walk probably like another block to get to my job. So as I'm walking to my job, I'm rapping, I'm recording it, right? Then I get to the job door. And when I get to the job door, I'm about to walk into the job. I worked at a restaurant. So I'm about to walk into the job and I hear a car behind me like hit they brakes hard, like skirt, like in the parking lot. And 3 white dudes jump out. I look back. I was like, bro, I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, what the hell? So they walking up to me. instead of me going inside the restaurant, I took off. As soon as I took off, they was like, Jefferson Parish, stop. At this point, I'm already gonna hit the corner. I'm gone. Like, I'm not about to stop. I don't know who y'all is. I ain't see no badge. They was in regular clothes, all that. So I'm gone. I run for like 2 blocks. Then I turn, go back bruh, the police is on my ass. Dog. This white dude, this tall white dude, he had to be about 6'6", dog. On my tail, bro. I thought I was fast, dog. He on my tail. He running with the 45. I'm like, golly. So when I see I'm not gonna get away, I just stop, put my hands up, got on the ground, and I put my hands like out like that, like spread eagle. So I got on the ground, put my hands out, and mind y'all, I'm still recording this whole thing. And I was when this all was over, I had heard the recording and stuff like that. I let my girl hit it and everything. She could vouch for me. So dude caught up with me, right? He came, he got on me, he put my hands behind my back. He was like, "What you running for, bitch? What you running for, bitch?" Punched me in my head, punched me a couple times. Boom. He kept punching me. You can hear all this in the video. Punching me. Say, bro, JP, Jefferson Parish Police is some dirty, dirty police, boy. So they punched me. He was punching me and stuff like that. It was just me and him over there. So then he picked me up, my hands behind my back. I'm handcuffed the whole time. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying a word. I'm just going along, and we walk into the car. At this point, we walk into by his car, but all the police like made a circle. Like they cars made a circle, so people on the outside of that circle can't see what's going on. In that circle, dog, he was choking me. He put my head on the fucking concrete, scraped all my side of my face on the concrete, just was rubbing my head on the concrete, dog, rubbing my face on the concrete, punching me, choking me. I'm like, dog, they trying to kill me. And this was like around the time Trayvon Martin got killed. It was another dude got killed by the police. This was around that time, like late, 2012, 2013, somewhere around that time. And I just remember it had to be 2013, 2014, because I was with my girl when this happened. And dog, I just remember, bro, I'm like, dog, they really trying to kill me. And at that point, bro, I could have really, when I think back on it, I really could have got an attorney. I could have fought that case and stuff like that, man. And I really could have won. But I wasn't even thinking like that, y'all. I was really just, because I was doing stuff in the streets. So once I realized it was the police, I thought they had something on me. I thought they got me for something that I probably had did. So I was really like happy that I ain't get caught for the stuff that I was getting, that, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't even pursue it no further. But I'm like, man, I could be a millionaire right now, man. But my whole point of that story is, dog, on the streets, ain't no winning with the police. Ain't no winning, dog. You gonna either lose your life or you gonna get beat up bad. And dude done got a chipped teeth. He got beat up pretty bad. That wasn't even, I ain't gonna lie, that was light work compared to what I got, to be honest with you. That was light work. But I just said that to say, like, don't fight them police on the street, dog. Don't do it. So let me see what the lead was talking about, because I think he did make some good points. By his grace, man, let me know if I think you was probably talking about the one when he was doing Officer Tatum. I don't think I got that one. I got the other one where he just reviewed this one.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. 2 things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling
He was
you over.
right.
All right,
though.
let's stop it right there. This gentleman has asked the officer, why are you pulling me over? There's nothing wrong with that. If you get pulled over, you have the right to know what's going on. The officer gives him 2 reasons. The first reason is that he doesn't doesn't have his headlights on. The second reason is that he's not wearing a seatbelt. Either one of these reasons is sufficient for the officer to pull this driver over. Now the driver says, hey, it's not raining. This is not inclement weather. The driver could be absolutely right. I believe the Florida statute necessitates that it either be raining, that it be foggy, or that it be smoking. We can see from the video here that it's not raining, not really foggy, not really smoking. So the defendant actually could win in court that, hey, he didn't have probable cause to pull me over. The issue though is that he was not wearing his seatbelt. So even if the officer pulled him over erroneously for the headlight violation, the officer still has him on the seatbelt. Now let's assume that the officer was mistaken and he's wearing his seatbelt. Then both are technical, but just going on the video as we see it, I believe it is focus on the headlight issue and the rain issue. Was the driver required to have his headlights on because of the rain? Officer Tatum and Lackluster can't agree on this point, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of you can't agree either. I did a video on this recently and I got so many comments about the dang rain. I mean, just look at what you guys are sending me 44 minutes ago. Am I the only one that sees raindrops all over the dude's car? 55 minutes ago, I see raindrops. If it wasn't raining, why are there raindrops? Dude, it was clearly raining. Come on, Lee, there were raindrops everywhere. It's rain, rain, rain. It's 100% raining. The beautiful Ricky says, Lee, I usually agree with you, but you can see the raindrops. Guys, I tell you, I got hundreds and hundreds of comments. There's literally rain on the car. Everybody's talking about this rain. So who is right, Lackluster or Officer Tatum, the bootlicker? By the end of this video, you will know decisively because the officer saw that he didn't have his headlights on. That's the question that I'm asking you. And you, it's your first day of law school, you say, well, I don't know. How am I supposed to figure it out? Well, I'll tell you, young student, if you have a question about the legality of something, the first place you go to is the law. You go to the state statute. All right, here is the state statute right here. The Florida Senate, the Florida statutes, when lighted lamps are required. All right, this is going to explain to us when you have to have your headlights on. If the officer saw that the driver did not have his headlights on when required, then the officer was correct in pulling him over for this violation. Let's read it. It says, every vehicle operated on a highway within the state shall display lighted lamps and illuminated devices as herein respectively required. Okay, number one, at any time from sunset to sunrise. So basically at nighttime in the twilight hours. But here is where we get into the thick of things. You are required to have your headlights on during any rain, smoke, or fog. So if I ask you, young student of mine, when in Florida are you required to have your headlights on? Relevant to this specific case, the answer is during any rain, smoke, or fog. You got that? Rain, smoke, or fog. That's it. Now you guys may say, wow, being a lawyer is pretty easy. I know what rain means, I know what smoke means, and I know what fog means, right? Well, I got you. The most important word when we analyze this particular situation is not rain, is not smoke, and it's not fog. What's the most important word? It's during. You see here, guys, this during here, this is the operative word. This state statute, honestly, is very specific. It doesn't say before it's raining. It doesn't say after it's raining. It says during the rain. So what does that mean? It means that the officer has to initiate.
It means he is gonna win this freaking lawsuit. That's what it means.
The traffic stop during the rain. The officer has to pull this driver over while it's raining. The pulling over of the driver and the rain needs to occur simultaneously. Is that clear to you? And since you're a first year law student, it's your first day of class, you might say, well, that's not really what they meant, right? They didn't mean during. No. The United States Supreme Court, all the way down to all the lower courts, have always said that the legislature means exactly what they've said. If the legislature would have wanted to write this law to say, you know, before the rain, then the legislature could have done that. If the legislature wanted to say 30 minutes after the rain or an hour after the rain, the legislator could have wrote that in the statute. The legislature did neither, however. The legislature said during. These state legislators are all adults, probably half of them are attorneys, so they know how to use their words well, and they all said during. What does during mean in this context? It means two events occurring simultaneously: the pulling over of the driver and the rain. We got that? We're on the same page? Now you know how to analyze this case legally. Now let's go to the facts of this case. Was it raining? Here we have the driver's car, and we can clearly see water droplets. Now, let me ask you, law student, thinking critically, if there are water droplets on a car, does it necessarily mean that it's raining? This is easy for you, even though it's your first day. Obviously, the answer is no. Water droplets can be on a car for numerous reasons. Water droplets could be on a car because it rained. Because there are water droplets on the car does not mean that it's raining. What I'm gonna do is play this video, but I'm going to mute it so we can focus on the water droplets. And what I want you to look at, young student, I want you to see if there are any new droplets that you see forming on the car as the video plays. Now, everybody take a close look. I'm gonna play the video. Do you see any new water droplets? If you see new water droplets, then we can assume that that's rain. If we see no new water droplets, then what does that mean? All right, let's play the video. So here is the video. It is playing. Again, I've muted it because we don't need the sound to figure out whether it's raining or not. I'll be honest with you. I'm looking at the glass. I'm looking at the molding. I'm looking at the door. I see no new water droplets. Do you guys see any new water droplets?
Hey, he right about this, man. I don't see why he would be wrong. He went to the statute. He said during rain. It's not raining, obviously from the video, and I don't see what he's wrong at on this. Let's see if we got something
inclement
else.
weather, which means it wasn't raining at all. You wouldn't still see rain droplets on his car.
Let's stop it right there. Officer Tatum says if it wasn't inclement weather, you wouldn't see rain droplets still on his car. Now, guys, I got a question for you, and I'm gonna see who are the A students and who are the B students, all right? There are two problems with what Brandon Tatum just said. He said that if it wasn't inclement weather, you still wouldn't see the rain droplets on the car. Can you identify the two problems with this statement? I'll give you 5 seconds, all right? And while you're considering it, it's very hard to get an A in law school, okay? All right, time's up. If you got this answer, then at least you have a B. What's the problem with what he said? Let's go back and take a look.
Look at this video. This is fresh rain droplets still hanging onto his vehicle.
Ooh,
if somehow it wasn't inclement weather, which means it wasn't raining at all, you wouldn't still see rain droplets on his car.
He said if it wasn't inclement weather, you wouldn't see raindrops on the car. What is the B answer? The B answer is, Officer Tatum, respectfully, you can see raindrops on a car when it's not raining. The rain could have stopped 5 minutes ago. It could have stopped 15 minutes ago. It could have stopped 30 minutes ago. Just because there are raindrops on a car does not mean that it's raining. If you got that answer, then I will give you a B. All right, that's the layup answer. But do you see a second problem with what he said? And let me just replay it because it's hard to catch.
If somehow it wasn't inclement weather, which means it wasn't raining at all, you wouldn't still see rain droplets on his car.
Did you catch it? Guys, I will tell you that if you are an attorney, you have to pay such close attention to every single word. What did Officer Tatum say? He said, if it wasn't inclement weather. What's the problem with that? The problem is inclement weather isn't a thing. It's nowhere in the statute. Guys, here is the complete statute that governs when your lights must be on, your headlights. Again, we see here during any rain, smoke, or fog. Do you see anything about inclement weather? No. As a lawyer, you have to pay attention to when people try to introduce new words, new new meanings into an argument. Nowhere in here does it talk about inclement weather. In fact, if I go up here and just do a Control F, let's see. I am gonna put the word inclement. I don't know if you can see this or not, guys, but I put the word inclement in here and it comes up 0/0. Nowhere in here does it talk about inclement weather. So when Officer Tatum says, hey, it's inclement weather, and you have to know as a law student that he's introducing new words that are not in the statute.
And this is why I would take, honestly, I would take the lawyer's word over the officer's word, because when you're fighting a case in court, the law matters. So the wording matters, everything matters when it comes to the law. Inclement weather is not technically in there, but I would argue that the definition of inclement weather would be rain, smoke, or fog. So I ain't gonna go too deep into this. I still got a couple more subjects that I want to touch on, and we already done hit the hour mark. I don't want to make this stream too long, so I do want to touch on this one, man. And this is the 12-year-old that got convicted of triple homicide or something like that. He didn't get the triple sentence, but he definitely got a hefty sentence. So let's go check this out, man.
Developing now, 2 teens will spend the rest of their lives in prison for a triple murder in Marion County. Robert Robinson was just sentenced.
Taj Bruton learned his punishment this morning. Both took a plea deal in the case. Fox 35's Marie Ettinger is hearing from the families of the people who were killed.
Family members spoke often through tears. The judge addressed these crimes too, calling them heinous and saying he didn't see any other possible sentence he could have given.
As painful as it is to say, I hope, may God forgive me, that the boys who did this are haunted every day by what they've done.
An emotional.
Let me tell you where they messed up at, bro. Look at these t-shirts. Look at these shirts. So what they don't mention is not only did they kill this girl right here that's on the back of the shirt, they also killed these 2 girls are not the same girls. This is another girl. I know I recognize this girl right here from the footage I'm gonna show y'all later. And yeah, man, this is dog. Look at this dude right here at the bottom of my screen. That's right here. This guy, dreadhead. Tell me what y'all see wrong and why y'all think they threw the book at this dude. And it ain't just that. Don't get me wrong, but bruh, you can't go kill no white girls, dog, and think you about to get away with this. Hey, not in America. They gonna throw the book at you every time. Every time.
Room and gasps when new details came out about cell records showing the murders may have been premeditated.
If we bang Sosa and Layla, you have to shoot the in the trunk.
Bruton was going to knock off Michael Hodo. Okay. Did he explain to you what he thought that meant? I believe he explained that to the other deputy or to the other detectives, but basically he said to kill him.
Court documents had revealed before the kids in this case were all riding around committing armed robberies, but up until now we didn't know what led up to the shootings.
The why was because of wanting a firearm that Mr. Hodo had.
A family member of one of the victims explained Michael Hodo was dating Layla Silvernail. They were friends with Camille Quarles. Hodo had previously had some beef with the defendants in this case, Christopher Atkins, Taj Bruton, and Robert Robinson.
I asked him why he was friends with them again. His reply, "You don't understand. These Walhall boys don't play. This is the only way I stay safe, is to be friends again."
Investigators say the 3 suspects and 3 victims were hanging out. These are all 16 and 17-year-olds we're talking about, except for one 12-year-old, Chris Atkins. Bruton shot and killed Hodo. Robinson shot and killed Silvernail. Then Atkins says Robinson threatened to kill him if he didn't shoot Quarles. She survived, so Robinson shot her a second time.
I have watched my son reflect on his actions with shame, regret, and heartbreak.
Robinson and Bruton both pleaded no contest.
Look at these dudes, bro. Look at these dudes, dog. This is the typical get up. the nappy dreads, the Kodak black hairstyle. Why y'all kids hanging with these fools, bro? How y'all don't know who y'all kids friends with?
Test. The judge says they'll spend the rest of their lives behind bars.
I'm not going to make excuses for it or blame anybody but myself. I just want to apologize.
Atkins pleaded guilty to murder and was sentenced to 40 years in prison, the mandatory minimum.
I think that is the best justice that we could have hoped for.
A psychologist also spoke, talking about how these are...
So the 12-year-old got 40 years, right? The other two got life. This is...
Be honest, baby. It's okay.
This is the actual interrogation video, y'all. So I did some digging, man. Did some digging, and I found the whole interrogation video. And T Hill, you say, was the 12-year-old charged as an adult? Yes, he was, because at the time of the crime, he was 12 years old. I think at the time of the conviction, he was 15 years old. I believe he was 15 years old. Don't quote me on that, but I think he was 15 years old. But I want to show y'all this, and I want y'all to see. I want to see if y'all can kind of catch a trend, or see if y'all can see something. So this is the 12-year-old. This is his mama. Let me go to this other guy. This is the I believe he was 16 at the time. Let me see. See something. If I go. So you got him, he was talking to, okay. Go ahead right here.
I think you said you have 4 siblings? Okay. You guys get along okay in the house?
The detectives set about gradually breaking the ice with Chris, all the time appearing hyper-aware that he was only 12 years old.
12 years
After
old.
taking all necessary precautions, like making both Chris and his mother aware, they finally got to the issue at hand.
So, Chris, what I'd like to start with talking to you about is, and like I said, I just want you to be honest with us. I'd like you to talk to me about last Thursday night.
First, we made something to eat. Then we watched TV. And I went to sleep for a little bit. And I heard something outside. I opened the door. There was nothing outside now. I think I went to sleep.
So I think what you just told me was what you probably had rehearsed in your mind several times to tell a police officer if you ever had to talk about that Thursday night. Because sitting here and talking to you with your mom here crying and knowing that you have these siblings, you're probably in sort of an embarrassing and shameful position. If you are sorry for what happened, repent for it and start from the very beginning and go to the very end without me having to pull it from you. Because somebody that I have to pull each individual action from, that tells me that they don't really want to say what they did wrong, that they don't feel bad for it.
Reaper down there has been super honest. He took him a minute to get comfortable with me, and he's told me everything down to details that only he would know, and
that's involved in
that nobody else would know.
Some of the details, he points finger at you.
17-year-old Rob, also known by the concerning mom.
So this is the other dude, 17-year-old. So it was the 12-year-old, it was the 17-year-old, and it was another guy that was 16 years old.
Moniker Reaper was also being
saw the
questioned.
12-year-old.
Just like Chris, Rob and his mom Erica were both advised of their Miranda
So now we got the 17-year-old with his mother. So we got the 12-year-old with his mother, the 17-year-old with his mother.
rights before the interrogation
Let
commenced.
me know if y'all catching on to the trend.
Bring the best way to say this to you guys. We're investigating several different incidents that occurred over the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
One being a theft of side-by-side. One being we're investigating a robbery, and we're investigating a murder. Okay.
Now look how stupid he trying to act, bro. Like murder? What? What you mean?
Murder. Okay.
What?
Murder. Mm-hmm. So
The first ones you named is believable. The last one you named is not. You don't have the heart to keep it up. I know that for a fact.
Okay. What'd you do on Thursday all day?
She said she know that for a fact.
I was home all Thursday.
Okay. Who were you with? Did anybody come over? Did we hang out with anybody? Did you go anywhere with anybody?
I ain't go nowhere. Came over at like 1 o'clock.
What'd you guys do then?
We just chilling. Literally, like we just chilling.
Okay. Was anybody with at the time? How did he get to your house? Things like that?
Supposed to drove to my house. It was him, Landon, Layla, and there was another girl with them. I don't know her name.
Sosa was a nickname that Layla's boyfriend, 17-year-old Michael, used. Michael's father had last seen him about 6:30.
Sosa, which is Michael, Layla, and the unnamed girl are the people that they killed. Just to give y'all some reference.
Last night, around the same time Gabby said she parted ways with the group. Landon was another local boy who police determined didn't know anything that would aid the investigation. As for the unnamed girl, the police likely wondered if she could be the missing Camille and why she hadn't been seen or heard from since.
Did you go anywhere after 6:30, Rob?
Whoa, why do y'all keep asking that?
I just want
They
to
gonna
ask
keep asking you, big dog.
On our investigations. What do y'all think happened, bro? I'm telling you, you understand in the house that night. Like I only seen Sosa one time that day.
Rob, we know you were out of the house after 6:30. Okay?
Look.
We know you were with around 7 o'clock p.m.
Thanks to CCTV footage, police believed that Rob, along with others in the friend group, had been involved in the theft of a vehicle and an armed robbery that night. As serious as these crimes were, they paled in comparison to what police believed happened later. Back in the room with Chris, his mother tried to make him understand the severity of the situation.
Now the whole story. You know you left out of the house Thursday when I told you not to. And you finna speak. You gotta talk right now.
And Reaper's already told us what the plan was that night.
So this is my question. How does a 12-year-old leave out of your house after you told him not to, and he's out for multiple hours, and come back home and no questions is asked, no whoopings is being delivered, just no punishment at all? You know why? And this is a common, and y'all gonna say what y'all gonna say, but bro, this is a common thing when you have single mother households, bro. When you don't have a father in the household, kids do what they want to do when they want to do it, and it's like lawless for most of the mothers, single mother households. For most of them, not all of them. Most of them, especially with boys, when they get to a certain age, mothers can't control them. Us as men, we know once you reach a certain age, you didn't really listen to your mama like talking about it. You probably listened to her, but you was disregarding her. But if your daddy was to tell you something, if you had your daddy in your life, you wasn't gonna cross that line with your daddy, because you know it was gonna get serious. It was gonna get violent. So the trend that I'm looking at is this guy is in a single mother household, and this guy is in a single mother household, and they both committing murders. Now, I'm not saying that only single mother household dudes commit murder. I'm saying most likely they're gonna go in the wrong direction. Most likely, for the most part.
So we know what the original plan was.
Man.
We're asking you now to be honest and to come forth and tell us what happened and who's he.
Reaper, a.k.a. Rob, took a lot of convincing before he opened up.
Rob, right now you're protecting KTM and your buddies. You need to think about protecting yourself.
The disturbing meaning behind KTM will be revealed in due time. For now, the fact that the police knew about the mysterious phrase.
Trying to do all
Let me
that.
go to this.
It took a little more persuading, but Rob eventually told the police that they could find Taj at his girlfriend's house.
So this is the other dude. So this is the 16-year-old.
Picked him up and brought him to the station after they finished talking to Chris and Rob. But instead of clearing up the questions detectives had, Taj made everything more confusing. He said everything was Rob's idea.
I'm sitting right next to him. And he whispered in my ear, he was like, bro, I'm finna rob these tonight, bro. I look at him like, what you mean you finna rob these tonight? He's like, bro, so sad, Layla, bro, they got a pound of weed, they got me some money, bro. And if they don't go for it, I'm gonna kill them. That's exactly how he said. At this point, I'm frantic if I can't, if I tell Sosa, right, Rob's sitting right next to me, so therefore he's gonna shoot me. So I'm sitting here,
I don't necessarily believe. I believe he was the one saying all that he's saying, because he's very descriptive. But I also do believe that the other dude was a little more, you know what I'm saying, savage as well. But I think he is the most savage.
scared as hell, so I'm like, I ain't got no choice but to just sit here and just, it is what it is.
Rob told detectives that it was the other way around.
It was so random. Like, he just said he wanted to knock him off. I'm not thinking he's serious, though. At the time, when he first said it, if you would have seen his face, he was laughing. If I would have really thought he was finna kill tonight, I wouldn't have got back in that car. I would have stayed right there and called my mom and be like, can you come get me? I didn't think he was serious until when the car started slowing down and I seen him up the gun.
Rob said that Taj did this because he wanted to take Michael's firearm. Over in Chris's interrogation room, his story aligned with Rob's. For now.
What triggered him to just start shooting? I'm trying to figure out. It's something in between that you're not saying.
Because I think the person that the white guy, I think he said he had a lot of money or something.
Oh, so it was set up as a robbery. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So they were setting up to rob the man.
Did Reaper mention that to you, that something was going to be set up or anything?
He didn't even know. All I heard was pow, and I thought somebody was shooting at us, so I hopped out of the car and ran.
I'm looking. Boom! Boom!
Once again, Taj's version was a little different.
3-5 shot at Sosa. Boom. Layla got shot by Rob because that was diagonal. It was crazy as fuck.
Just like that. It took 2 shots. It wasn't no more than that. It took 2 shots to kill both of them.
The police knew at least part of this was true. Who shot who was yet to be determined. But tragically, they'd confirmed the second victim as Layla's boyfriend, Michael Hodo. He was in the grass by the side of the road, just blocks away from Layla. He was deceased when police found him. Michael's father had a heartbreaking reaction when he found out that his son would not be coming home.
My son's dead, isn't he? I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. No! Oh my God! No!
And that right there is this is where it's serious, man. You gotta really watch your kids. You gotta really watch who your kids hanging with, because these kids getting into everything, though. These kids getting guns. These kids doing all kind of stuff, man, bro. Pay attention to your kids, man. Because, listen, they sentencing 12-year-olds with 40 years, bro. And that's because they hanging and getting influenced by dudes like this and dudes like the other dude.
Then it scared everybody in the car, and then it's too late at that point.
Yeah, I feel you, but
that makes more sense than the story that they're telling, that you planned to kill these people, that from the beginning of the night.
I didn't shoot no gun.
We talked to Rob and we talked to Chris for hours. For whatever reason, one of them was more afraid of bringing you into the middle of this than they were Rob. So for that story that Rob's this guy that's, threatening everybody, or his people threatening people, or your people, I just don't see that.
But Taj remained stalwart, insisting that he had never used a firearm that night.
Yeah, he gonna say
that. The detectives hoped that unpacking one final secret could be the key to determining the truth about his involvement. They turned back to Rob to accomplish this. Like Chris and his mom, Rob was also given a jacket to keep warm in the cold police station.
Listen, y'all could go check that out. This is the this title. Mom horrified after 12-year-old son confession. Check that out, man. That was a crazy one, y'all. That was a crazy one, man. So they the 12-year-old got 40 years. The other two got life with no possibility of parole, no nothing. You in there. You in there forever, bro. So as far as them selling drugs, I don't think they was that was kind of they didn't specify that. But they said that the boys said that they had, weed and stuff like that. I don't know how much weed they had or whatever like that, but they did have weed and the boyfriend had a gun. So they wanted to take both. They wanted to take the weed and the gun. And they figured they had some money and stuff. So I don't know what they was doing. He probably was selling weed. You know, that wouldn't be surprising, but they didn't specify that. So that's the story on that, man. I got a couple more, and then I'm gonna get y'all up out of here. Got a couple more subjects, man. I want to go ahead and get into this Walmart stabbing, bro. 11 people got stabbed at Walmart. Crazy, y'all. Crazy. Let's hear this out.
Now, our other top story tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from the man who helped bring an end to the mass stabbing at a Walmart in Traverse City. Derek Perry is a married father of 3 and former U.S. Marine. He's a CPL holder and currently works as a patient access coordinator for a Traverse City area hospital. In an exclusive interview with Good Morning America, he describes the moment he held the suspect at gunpoint until police arrived.
I didn't think of anything other than trying to get him away from people and get him isolated and get him to put the knife down.
You can hear more of that interview tomorrow on Good Morning America. Now, in the meantime, Gilly arraigned today in northern Michigan, charged with 1 count of terrorism and 11 counts of assault with intent to murder. He appeared confused and combative before a magistrate. Tonight, we've learned that just hours before the attack, police say they were searching for the suspect, but could not locate him in time. Tonight, 7 investigator Ross Jones is revealing the man's lengthy criminal history and his struggles with mental illness.
Do I have to do this?
I've just talked to him and it's not going to hurt you in no way. They're just going to tell you, talk to you, okay?
I don't want to.
The man accused of stabbing 11 people at a Traverse City Walmart appeared disheveled and confused today in court.
One thing I need to know, bro, y'all help me out with this. How you stab 11 people? How you stab 11 people? Okay, you got the first one. They start screaming. You get the second one because I guess they probably right next to you. They start screaming. By this time, I'm thinking people gotta be running or trying to get away from this dude. How is he able to stab 11 people? 11 is a lot of people, bro. Now, what I did hear was he got a lot of people that was either elderly or they were in a wheelchair, something like that. So their mobility was low. So I could see probably that being the case and why he got them. But 11 people stabbing, I could see you shooting 11 people. Okay, yeah. Stabbing 11. You got to get up on 11 people. By the time I see you done got, if I'm looking at you, I see you shank somebody right quick. At that point, I'm moving around. I'm already about to get up out of there. I'm not even waiting for you to see what you about to do next. I'm about to get up out of there. So for him to hit 11 people and nobody knows what's going on, ain't nobody screaming like, "Hey, this dude stabbing!" What the hell is people doing out here, dog? It's like people just unaware of their surroundings. Sheesh.
The criminal charges prosecutors sought today against Bradford Gilly are hardly his first. The 42-year-old's criminal history is decades long, a trail of misdemeanor and felony charges that tell the story of a life in a slow-motion spiral.
Mr. Gilly's history shows prior assaultive incidents as well as controlled substance violations.
In 2005, Gilly pled guilty to domestic violence in Emmett County, Michigan, with a record showing he spent 93 days in confinement. The following year, it was a guilty plea to third-degree retail fraud in Petoskey, and 2 years after that, he pled guilty to aggravated domestic violence, this time spending a year behind bars. An assault conviction followed 4 years later, and by 2014 in Florida, he'd been sentenced to 49 days in jail following a criminal mischief conviction, records show. In 2016 came perhaps the most alarming allegation. Records show Gilley was charged with felony destruction of tombs and disinterment and mutilation of dead bodies. But Emmett County court records show he was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Gilley's struggle with mental illness was so severe, he was featured in a 2007 article in the Petoskey News Review where his mother said her son, then 23, suffered from paranoid schizophrenia, fearing he would never break out of the cycle of hospital stays and incarceration.
Mr. Gill or Mr. Gilley, how do you pronounce your last name, sir?
Yeah, I don't want to talk to you.
Those worst fears came true today inside 86 District Court, where Gilley, who appeared combative at points, was arraigned via Zoom.
You know the tobacco, y'all like have the tobacco company and you're selling cigarettes with fiberglass and chemicals in them just to kill off the population.
The arraignment came just hours after the Emmett County Sheriff's Office announced they'd been searching for Gilley only the night before the attack. In a press release, they said they'd received a court order from the Emmett County Probate Court instructing that Gilley be taken into custody. They did not say why. Deputies said they searched for Gilley, believed to be homeless, but could not locate him before the attack.
Man,
Bradford
look,
Gilley.
He don't need to be on the streets at all, bro. Y'all need to lock him up and keep him where he at. That's crazy. That's crazy. That record is crazy, bro.
Arraignment today for the alleged suspect in the stabbing spree at a Michigan Walmart.
Not
pleas
guilty.
of not guilty as to each.
That insanity stuff, man. Look, I don't want to hear all that, bro. He either need to be executed or he need to be locked up for life because he obviously not gonna change. He's obviously insane. Keep this dude under the jail, bro. Like 11 people got stabbed, man. And it's sign after sign after sign after sign after sign that this dude don't need to be in society. He is a menace to society by definition, bro. That's crazy. Heck no. Leave that boy where he at, man. Keep him locked up. Don't let him out at all, man. And that's crazy, dog. That is crazy, bro. They doing it at the Walmarts. They doing it at the churches. And something about Michigan, too. For some reason, a lot of stuff has been happening in Michigan. I thought Michigan was a nice place, man. I don't know, bro. Them boys over there crazy. So, yeah, that's the whole rundown with this dude down here, man. Stabbing 11 people at Walmart, which is wild in itself, bro. Wild in itself. Now, for this last story, I definitely want to get on this one because this is a good one. This is probably what a lot of people don't want to talk about, but you will eventually be faced with this challenge one way or another. Either you're not going to live to see it or you're going to live long enough to see it. So let's check this out, and all your kids going to live to see it. So either way, you will be affected by it. Let's check this story out, though. With Sam Altman.
Decades of sci-fi telling
from OpenAI. If you don't know who OpenAI is the company that started ChatGPT. And if you don't know about ChatGPT by now, you really been living under a rock. So let's hear what he got to say. He's gonna explain his 3 greatest fears with dealing with AI.
Telling us that AI is eventually going to kill us all. And since you know more about AI than arguably anybody in this room, I just want to ask you, what does keep you up at night? What are the things that you worry about when it comes to AI? And how do we prevent those things that you worry about from coming true?
I think there's 3 sort of scary categories. There's a bad guy gets super intelligence first and misuses it before the rest of the world has a powerful enough version to defend. So an adversary of the US says, I'm going to use this super intelligence to design a bioweapon. to take down the United States power grid, to break into the financial system and take everyone's money. Something that would just be hard to imagine without significantly superhuman intelligence, but with it becomes very possible. And because we don't have that, we can't defend against it. So that's broad category 1. And I think that the bio capability of these models, the cybersecurity capability of these models, these are getting quite significant. We continue to flash the warning lights on this. I think the world is not taking us seriously. I don't know what else we can do there, but it's this is a very big thing coming. Category 2 is the sort of broadly called loss of control incidents, where that's kind of like the sci-fi movie. The AI is oh, I don't actually want you to turn me off. I'm afraid I can't do that, whatever. And I think that is.
You see how, and this is the scary part, because people take this for a joke. So you heard what he said. It's like the AI is saying, "Oh, I don't want you to turn me off. No, I can't do that." And this is what these people
do. That, whatever. And
this, I don't think people will be laughing at this 30, 40, 50 years from now, having that smirk on their face. I think it may be way more serious than what we think. Hopefully they come up with some kind of guardrails or some kind of way to stop this from happening, or some kind of kill switch that we can get to without the AI knowing and stuff like that. So it's it's a bumpy road, and it's we gonna have to get there eventually, because it's getting to the point where we can't live without AI. We can, but we've been so ingrained, and everything we do is ingrained in AI, and you don't even realize it. Everything is AI AI associated, even with your phones, with your Google search, just regular things like that is AI. AI is in everything. Everything. If you do door dashing and ordering McDonald's on the app, it gets to a point where they remember your order. You can reorder your order. Things like that. They can make suggestions for you. Siri in all these places is automatically listening to you. Look, Siri is already your phone is listening to everything you saying. That's why when you say certain things and then you get on Instagram or Facebook or something like that, and an ad pop up of what you was just saying, now you thinking, "Oh my God, I was just thinking about this." No, your phone was listening to you, and they said, "Okay, let me drop this ad down for you because you was talking about this product that you was thinking about buying." So boom, here go an ad. Here go where you got to click on it and you go buy it. It is artificial intelligence for a reason, bro. They listening to everything you saying. It's basically unavoidable at this point.
I think that is less of a concern to me than the first category, but a very grave concern if it came to pass. There's a lot of work we and other companies do on model alignment to prevent that from happening. But as these systems become so powerful, that's a real concern. And then there's the third one, which I think those first two are sort of easy to think about and imagine. The third one is, to me, more difficult to imagine, but quite scary. And I'll explain what it is, and then I'll give a short-term and a long-term example. This is the category where the models kind of accidentally take over the world. They never wake up. They never do the sci-fi thing. They never open the pod bay doors. But they just become so ingrained in society, and they're so much smarter than we are. And we can't really understand what they're doing, but we do kind of have to rely on them. And even without a drop of malevolence from anyone, society can just veer in a sort of strange direction. When I was a kid and Deep Blue, that AI system built by IBM, beat Garry Kasparov in chess, I remember my dad saying, this is the end of chess, and no one's going to play it again. But then it turned out that actually, although the AI was better than humans, AI plus a human together was way better than an AI or the human. You know, the AI would present 10 options and the human would pick the best one or something like that and play the move. And everybody said, oh, we have this wonderful future of man and machine together. It's all no problem, whatever. That lasted 2 months, 3 months, something like that. And then the AI got so smart that the human only made it worse because they didn't understand what was really going on, and the AI alone trounced the AI and human. It's been like that ever since. Now, another interesting part of that story is everybody was convinced in the 90s that was the end of chess, because if AI could beat humans, why should humans care? Chess has never been more popular than it is today. People love to watch chess. We're very focused on real people doing like real people things. So there was like a very interesting thing that happened there. But this phenomenon, I think, is a really big deal. In the short term, you can see it where people we call this emotional over-reliance. People rely on ChatGPT too much. There's young people who just say like, I can't make any decision in my life without telling ChatGPT everything that's going on. It knows me, it knows my friends, I'm gonna do whatever it says.
Bro, he not lying. Dog, you wouldn't believe. It's people, man, I'm gonna see if I can find that video. It's people using ChatGPT so much, they using it as if they were their parent. So they tell ChatGPT to act as my parent or act as my father, and give me some advice on on a, like, I was like, what? Oh my god. I was like, bro, we done got that bad. We done got that bad. It's crazy. And giving advice as your father is, bro, be there. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can find that video. Man, I wish I could find that video. I probably can't find it, y'all, but you'd be surprised what people using ChatGPT for. It's like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I can't find it, y'all, but it's definitely a video of this girl asking ChatGPT act as if like that was their father, and she wanted advice on a certain thing that just happened, and I was like, what is going on, bro?
That feels really bad to me. And is a really common thing with young people. And we're studying that. We're trying to understand what to do about it. Even if ChatGPT gives great advice, even if ChatGPT gives way better advice than any human therapist, something about kind of collectively deciding we're going to live our lives the way that the AI tells us feels bad and dangerous than a bunch of things like that. The longer term category is, back to that chess example, what if AI gets so smart that the president of the United States cannot do better than following ChatGPT 7's recommendation, but can't really understand it either? What if I cannot make any better decision about how to run OpenAI, and I just say, you know what, I fully hand it over. ChatGPT 7, you are in charge. Good luck. That might be the right decision in any individual case, but it means that society has like collectively transitioned a significant part of decision making to this very powerful system that is learning from us, improving with us, evolving with us, but in ways we don't totally understand. So,
and that's the scary part, man. That's the scary part, bro. Like I said, AI is already, like, we can't stop it. It's coming full steam ahead, and what you don't want it to be is for you to get to the point where you can't make no decision without going to ChatGPT first or going to some kind of AI assistance to get you, you know what I'm saying, help you with day-to-day tasks like thinking. Like, if you can't think for yourself, it's going to get to a point where human interactions is going to be what we want the most. We're gonna get tired of living with robots. We're gonna get tired of everything being robotic and AI centered. And the real commodity is gonna be the human, because the human is gonna be. I ain't gonna say this. I think AI will always need humans at the end of the day, because what would be a world without humans? And it's all just robots and AI and stuff like that. I think that'll be just lame and boring. But who knows what the AI is thinking? We making these models to where, well, not me, but humans are making these models to where they can think on their own, make their own decision. Like that type of stuff. When you get it to that point, it gets scary, and then you don't know what it's gonna decide to do. So it's like it's a tough decision to make and to go with this whole AI stuff, man. But I definitely what I would advise you to do is invest in companies like OpenAI, invest in companies like Microsoft, Apple. At least get your money up, bro. Because if you broke and you ain't got no you know what I'm saying, you dependent on AI, it's just you you might as well be the person on the street begging and asking for money, man. So get your money up, bro. OpenAI is not publicly traded yet, but it will be going on the market. I believe in the next year or two. So definitely be looking out for that, the IPO, because that will be a good one. And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, bro. Y'all, I had a good time with y'all, man. We almost spent like 2 hours together. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. I appreciate you. Shout out T Hill, baby. Shout out by His Grace Dispatching. Y'all been rocking with me in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Salute to y'all, man. And we out, baby.